Hi, good morning. Good morning. I'm really excited to be here to be, speaking on stage for the first time in this group. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And if you are joining me live, feel free to say hi. My name is Crystal Viga. I'm a transformational coach and expert speaker and published writer. I will be speaking today on the topic, Can I Be Me? What to do when you feel like you have to be someone else to succeed in business. So that's going to be the topic I'll be covering on this live today. I have just 20 minutes, about 20 minutes to speak on that topic. So if you join me live, feel free to say hi. I'll be waiting to see if I have few people that hop in before I get started. I will just give it a few minutes before getting started to see if few people will join me on this session. If you join me, say hi, let me know who you are. I'll be really happy to chat with you during this speech. I don't have a lot of time, so hopefully somebody will be with me. If not, I will just get started and you'll be able to catch the replay, and if you have questions, you'll be asking them during the replay. So a few more seconds and let's see if I have somebody joining me on this live. Let's see. Do I have anyone? I'm in California right now. It's not really hot. Surprisingly, the sun is not crazy out there yet. But who knows? By 12 probably it's going to be crazy. So let's see. Do I have anybody joining me? Yes, no? I'm by myself in the room. Okay, that's fine too. So let's get started because we don't have much time. So let's take advantage of every second of this event. It's my great pleasure and honor to be on this stage, in front of you guys in this amazing group of coaches and experts, and I feel really privileged to be able to give a speech in front of all of you. So if you catch the replay, just type #replay and leave a comment, ask a question. I'll be happy to come and answer them. My name is Crystal Biga again. I'm a speaker, a transformational coach, and a published writer. The topic I will cover today, as I mentioned earlier, is Can I Be Me? What to do when you feel like you have to become someone else to succeed in your business. What to do. I don't know if you're anything like me, but it's really hard for me to try to be like someone else or to try to do things like other people do them. I'm what people can call a rebel, a renegade, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you call yourself. Maybe a rebel, maybe a renegade, or maybe you are not like me and you fit. Maybe you fit in the system, you fit in the model, you fit in, you fit. You're not like out of the box and people don't wonder most of the time what you're up to, if you're crazy or if you're still okay. But that's me. And for a long time, that question has been a question, a real question. Can I be me? Can I be me? Can I be the person I really want to be? And is it okay to be me? And it didn't start just when I started as a coach, when I started my business. It didn't start that time. I was born that way, right? I was born free. I'm a free spirit. I have a hard time with systems and rules, and I most of the time break them because I just can't survive in them. It's suffocating. Even when I was in school, I couldn't go to school from Monday to Friday, from 9 a.m. to whatever time it was, for 3 months. It was just too much for me. That system was too much for me. I was a good student because I didn't want my parents to find out that I was skipping school. So I would make sure my grades are good, but I will skip school often. I will really just leave the classroom and go home, not go do anything crazy, but just go home because I was suffocating being there every day doing the same thing over and over again. And I grew up. Now I had to become responsible. Who can relate to that? Where you feel like, okay, now you have to fit. You are not a teenager anymore. You have to be reasonable. You have to do like everyone else. You have to get a job. You have to, be there on time, do things in a certain way. You have to fit. The whole world trains us to fit. The whole world programs us to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to behave a certain way. There is nothing wrong with systems or those kind of programming. It wasn't just for me. And I don't know, maybe you sometimes feel that way as well, like I don't understand why I have to do things this way and I don't really like to do them. So it was tough for me when I started working. I needed to pay bills, I needed to pay my rent and all of that. So I was getting jobs and I was really good at it. Again, the system was the only problem. I couldn't be there every day from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to a certain time. It was too much. So I will end up quitting most of the jobs I will have when everybody was surprised. Why is she leaving? What is wrong with her? It wasn't for me. It was never for me to fit. It was never for me to just do the same thing over and over again or do it like everyone else does. I tried. Believe me, I tried to be normal. I tried to do it the way people expected adults to do. I did it the way people expected people that are reasonable, that think about their future, do it. But I couldn't keep up. It's so hard to be someone else. So for a long time, that question, can I be me, was a real question. Fast forward, as you can notice, my accent is not from here. I'm originally from Cameroon. Beautiful accent, I know. So when I moved in here, was up 4.5 years ago or so. It was a new world. Again, I had to fit in. I had to figure out a way to fit in the new world. I was, coming in, the new system in place. I had to fit in. I first had to learn English. That was the first step. And when I got a job, it was at LAX. I was working with an airline. In less than a year, I became a manager, So I had responsibilities. And I had a great career ahead of me. Unlike some entrepreneurs I meet sometimes, I didn't hate my job. I didn't quit because my boss was a nightmare. I hated everything. No, it wasn't my story. I loved my job. I had a great team. My company loved and supported me, and they had great plans for me, right? Because for somebody to become a manager in less than a year, they see you far in the company in a few years, right? But there was something in me that just knew something was missing. Again, I was fitting. And now I had a lot of things going on in my head. When I knew, after going through my personal development journey, I would skip some steps here because we don't have much time. But I want you to get the sense of what I want you to get today from this speech. So when I was doing my personal development journey, I knew my path was to help people. My path was to guide people a certain way. My path was to be a coach. And I couldn't stay in a job when I knew what my path was supposed to be. And it was a tough decision. Again, that question came in. Can I be me? Can I do what I really want to do? My job is great. I have a great paycheck. I have a corporate position, right? So I have a great paycheck. And I have a bright future in this company. But I don't want to be there. But can I do what I want? Can I really be me and just do it? Is it okay for me to go after what my soul is calling me to do? Or I should just do what everyone expects me to do, which is keep my job, keep my paycheck, and not act that crazy. You're a foreigner, and when I was coming here, I had no family, no friends, so you're by yourself, you have nobody to, catch you if you fall. So what are you thinking? What are you doing? So it was a tough decision. Another moment in my life where I had to ask to myself, can I be me? Can I really do what I want? And is it okay? Again, nobody understood what I was doing. My colleagues begged me to not do that crazy move, and I felt crazy myself. I remember crying on my couch one day and asking to myself, what is wrong with you, Christelle? Why can't you just be, satisfied with what you have? What is wrong with? Why do you always want more? Want something different? Why can't you just be normal and be happy where you are right now? I wasn't unhappy, but I wasn't satisfied. My soul was calling for something else. And that's the whole story of entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship is it's a journey of your life. You have to make decisions over and over again. Make moves. And each time you'll have to make a decision, you have to make a move, you have to make a change or pivot, whatever it is, you have to make sure you are doing it from the right place. And you always end up that place of asking, can I really be me at this moment? Can I do what I want? Or is it too crazy? Or should I just, do it the way everyone else is doing? Or should I just do it the way everybody expects me to do it, or everyone else is doing it, or everyone else is saying it should be done? Or can I be me and do it my way? Those are the questions we ask ourselves over and over again as entrepreneurs. And at that moment in my life, I had to answer that question again. Yes, it looks crazy. Yes, it's scary. I am scared. That's why I was crying so bad. But I want this. I want to do this. I want to be a coach. I want to start my business. I don't want to do it part-time. I don't want to do it as a side hustle. It can be done that way. Or a lot of people do it that way, but that's not how I want to do it. And can I do it that way? I know it's crazy. So the conclusion for me at that moment was, I want to be me. I want to do it my way. So I quit. The company refused my resignation the first time. Manager said, nope, you're not leaving. Figure it out. You are a manager. You can work with your hours. I don't care. You make it work. You do both. You're not leaving. I tried to stay for a few months, but it wasn't working for me. Again, I had to think about me. And sometimes it's a hard conversation to have because the world doesn't give us room to think about us, and they give it a name. That's selfish. You're thinking about you. How about other people? How about people around you? You're selfish. So we feel bad because we know already the judgment is coming our way. And I don't know if you have been in that place where you want to do something, but you are concerned about what other people are going to think. You are concerned about, but how are they going to feel about this? And I don't know what decisions you make at that moment, but most people sometimes end up doing what people expect them to do to be called a good person. But how about yourself? How do you feel about those decisions you make to please people, to make everyone else happy? Because that's being a good human being, right? Newsflash. You can't be a good human being for other people if you can't be a good human being for yourself. You can't love people if you don't love yourself. You can't be there for other people if you can't be there for yourself. And that's a great conversation to have in this platform because we are coaches. We, choose or take the path to help people, to support people, to be there for people. So we have to come from a clean place. I know that I have to love myself, help myself, be myself enough to be able to be there for other people, be there for myself. Every time I want to do something, I have to feel good about it. Enough for me to make other people feel good about it. It's not the other way around. It's not checking first what people want or what people expect for you or what people hope you will do or be, and then figure out how to go, you will adjust to that. That's the wrong direction to go about this. It starts with you. And yes, it's okay to start with you. It's okay to think about you first. And that's the only way to be really effective in everything you do. Because take a moment and think about it. If I decided to stay in that company because I didn't want to disappoint my manager, because I didn't want to disappoint my HR, because the second time I went straight to the HR and again she didn't want me to leave, but if I wanted to please her, please my colleagues that were begging me to stay, my team that was crying to see me go, I would have stayed. Everybody would have been happy. But how about me? So those questions, we face them over and over again in our life, in our journey as entrepreneurs. Can I be me? Can I do my thing? Can I do it my way? Even if no one else understands, even if no one else supports what I'm doing, even if no one else understands what I'm doing right now, can I still be me and do my thing my way, how I want it? Anyway, I finally quit. I will skip the leave of absence my HR gave me just to give me time to work on my business and come back. And I said no. So when I went full-time in my business with no paycheck coming in, no income coming in, and keep in mind when I quit, I didn't have clients. I had zero money coming in my business. So it was really a crazy, scary move. It wasn't a light decision. I didn't save thousands of dollars to prepare that move because I was spending a lot of money in programs and coaching. I was investing in myself, so I didn't have savings. It was really a crazy move. But I knew deep down that this is what I wanted. I knew without a doubt that this is what I really wanted to do. I didn't know how it's going to work. I didn't even know if it would work, but I knew one thing. This is what I wanted, and I went with it. And I went with it, and I was right. I know it's scary sometimes. It's in business, and I know that now that I'm full-time in business, sometimes you want to do things. You have decisions to make. You have a direction in which you want to take your business to. And sometimes no one else does that. No one else. It doesn't make sense. Nobody did that before you, or people you know. Maybe somebody did it somewhere, but the people you talk to, the people you work with, or you are networking with, we tell you, no, you don't do that way. It doesn't work that way. It can't work that way. But you have something and you're telling you, this is how I want to do it. What do you do in those moments? Do you go with what they tell you, their experience, their story, their truth? Or do you choose to be you at that moment and do you? How courageous are you to step in to your power at that moment and say, this is what I want and I'm going with it? Can you be you? Another moment where I had to ask to myself, can I be me? Is when I went full-time in business, right? I was paying all those coaching programs. I was in great, amazing coaching programs. I'm not going to say they were not great. They worked for thousands of people, so they were great. The coaches were so successful that they knew what they were talking about, right? But again, that question was there. In these programs, in these amazing containers, working with these incredible, successful coaches, can I be me? Can I do it my way? Can I choose what I want to do? Can I choose how I want to implement the strategy you are teaching me, you are showing me? Is it okay to be me? And the answer most of the time was no. The answer most of the time in those programs from those coaches was no. You do it my way, because that's the only way for you to get there. That's the only way for you to get the results you want. I have done it for thousands of people before you. I have worked with thousands of clients. It has worked for them. If they do it the way I ask them to do it, if they do it my way. Can you relate to that? Have you been there? Where they tell you, this is the way. If you do it differently, I'm not responsible. But if you do exactly what I tell you, it's going to work 100%. So in those programs, again, that question was there. I wasn't me. But I wasn't safe at that time. I didn't have the confidence to be me. So I will try to fit in. I will try to do it their way, exactly as they were asking me to do it. I will try to do it without questioning it. I will force myself to do it, even when my soul was screaming that this doesn't feel good. No, I don't want to do it like this. I don't like this way. Even when my soul was screaming like that, I wasn't listening. I was stuck in my head. I was trying to fit. It wasn't okay. I didn't feel safe to be me. I didn't feel okay to be me, because I had no evidence that me was good enough to get me where I wanted to go. I had no evidence that I could trust myself. I had no evidence that that me knew the way to get me where I wanted to go. So I would shut myself, I would shut that voice up. I would say, shut up. Just listen to that person. They know better. And you paid so much money, you better take advantage of your money and do it their way. And it didn't work. I tried really hard. And every time I would fail to follow the step by step, because it's so hard to be someone else. Remember our topic today? How do you think? What do you do when you feel like you have to be someone else in order to be successful? What do you do? So I was trying to be someone else. I was trying to do it the way they were doing it, the way other people were doing it, and it was working for them. But because it wasn't my way, because it wasn't me, I wasn't being me at that moment, it wasn't working. It just wasn't working. And I was beating myself up. I was going into the conversation of, what is wrong with you, Crystal? Why can't you just get it right? Why can't you just do it like everyone else? And I will try harder. And the frustration will keep growing. And the more I will not get results, the more frustrated I will be, the harder I will try. I will be at the verge of burnout. Thank God I didn't get there. But it was coming. Because you try so hard to be someone else. You push so hard. You look around, you are lost. You look around and look at what other people are doing. You try so hard to be like them and get where they are. But just ask to yourself, can I be me for a second? And do it my way and run my business my way. The moment I sat back and I asked to myself, can I be me in my business? Can I be me and make it work? It was a tough move to make because I was new in this business. I had no evidence that I was good enough. That's where we lose connection with ourselves. We lose trust in ourselves. I don't see any comments. I don't know if you guys are there. Sorry, Facebook sometimes don't allow people to see comments. So I don't know if somebody is posting something. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't see any comments. Sometimes it happens. But I hope you are following with me. So I had to go back within myself and learn to trust myself, realign with myself. I had to do that work of aligning with who I really am and making the decision that the me I was going to discover during that journey of going back within and figuring out exactly who I want to be, who I am and who I want to be. I would love that version of me so much that I'll be okay if that version of me doesn't look like anyone else around me. I had to make that tough decision, and it's hard. We lose ourselves so easily, and it's not our fault. We grow up in an environment where they teach us that we are not good enough. They tell us what to do because the way we want to do it is never good enough. Don't do it this way. As kids, don't do it this way. Do it this way. Don't do it. Don't sit like that. Girls, don't sit like that. Women, don't do this. So everybody knows who you need to be, who you should be, how you should do things. That at some point you forget who you are, who you want to be, and you don't even feel anymore that you is good enough because they keep telling you that your way is not good. Conclusion, you are not good. You are not good enough. You don't feel good enough. So in business, it becomes tough for you to make moves from a place of this is what I want to do. This is who I want to be in my business because you lost yourself at some point in your life. And your business is not separate from you. So the question is, when you look at your business today, when you look at yourself today, in the way you run your business, in the things you do, in the strategies you apply in your business, in the programs you are in, the coaches you work with, how do you feel about that? Are you choosing all those things from a place of power of this is what I want to do? Or is it from a place of fear that since I don't know what I'm doing, since I cannot trust what I really want to do, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not going to work, let me do it this way because apparently it works. From which place are you making decisions in your business? Because the real powerful place to come from in every given moment, in each decision, everything you want to do, you have to come from a place of power. You know a lot of people that will tell you, but before making a decision, I need to have all the answers. I need to, know the ins and outs, have it all figured out before doing it. That's a place of fear. You're leading from fear. Because you don't trust yourself. When you trust yourself, when you know yourself, when you have that connection with yourself, and you have done the work to reconnect with your real self, and you have learned to trust yourself, you learn to trust that little voice that will always guide you, that will tell you do this. And if you are like, but sometimes I listen to that little voice and I'm wrong, I make a mistake, I will ask you this question: who told you it was a mistake? It's not because the result doesn't look like what you expected that means that it's a mistake. I don't know how much time I have left. I think I have maybe 5 minutes, so I will have to close quickly. So that's just losing trust in yourself. So my topic today was, can I be me? What do you do when you feel like you have to become someone else in order to be successful in business? So I will leave you with these 3 steps. First step, always ask this question. When you have a goal in your business, when you have a new target you want to hit, ask yourself, what do I really want? This is what I really want, or do I want it because everybody wants to make 10K in their business, in their coaching business this month, that's why I want it, or this is really what I want? Get clear on that, on what you really want. The second step, you have to step into trust. Now that you know what you want, do you trust yourself enough to know that you are capable of making it happen? Then how do you test if you trust yourself? When you have that goal clear in your mind, maybe you need support. Obviously you need support, we all do. How do you find the right support? That's where sometimes people get overwhelmed. You have so many options out there, but which one do you go after? Which one do you choose? Which program? Which coach? You have so many great options. That's where trust comes in place, because that little voice within you that knows exactly already what you want to do will tell you, this is the way, this is the program, this is the coach. And will you get into your head and start asking, but can I afford this, or is it the right, maybe I should do that one because this one looks, you are getting in your head and you're not trusting yourself. So the second step is really practice trust. Practicing trust, and trusting every time your gut, your intuition, whatever you call it, leads you towards something. Trust that and do it. Even if it looks crazy, especially if it looks crazy. Even if it looks like a scary move. Sometimes it's scary most of the time. Especially if you don't have all the answers. That's trust. Trust yourself at that level. And the last step is to align with what you want in such a way that you know without a doubt that it's happening. And you come from that place of, I know it's happening, and now that I have reached that goal, let's talk about 10K. Now that I have 10K, how do I show up in my business? What strategies do I use? Which program do I join? And from that place, the answers you will get, those are the aligned actions you have to take. So that's what I will leave you with, those 3 steps you can implement to make sure that at any given moment in your business, you are always you. When you ask this question, can I be me? Or do I have to become someone else to be successful? Make sure the answer is no, I can be me. I can trust me and I can do it. I know the way. That little voice within me is leading me in a safe space, and I can trust myself to get the result I want. I can trust myself to make the right decision. I am good enough. Thank you so much for being with me. I don't know, I didn't really check the time. But it was a great pleasure to have this platform and share this with you today. If you posted a comment, I'm sorry I didn't see none of them. Facebook sometimes does that, we don't see the comments, but I will definitely go back and read all of them. And please feel free to, ask a question if you have one. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.